we'll move on to the pick that was involved with this particular number 10 pick in terms of the trade, which was number 12, Dereck Lively being drafted by OKC and then traded to the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
I love this pick.
Yeah, I'll let you speak first because I know Dereck Lively.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch him all too much too. So.
Well, I think I watch a lot of Dallas Mavericks basketball because Luka Doncic is one of my favorite players. So I always keep tabs on him on League Pass. And I think the one area they constantly lacked... Rim protection.
Yeah.
Defense, after they traded Dorian Finney-Smith and obviously got rid of a few guys for Kyrie Irving, they lacked that defensive presence. They were one of the worst defensive teams in the second half of the year. Yeah. So you add a guy like Dereck Lively, 7'2" with a 7'7" wingspan, who's actually got the skills to stretch the floor. He's got a very big offensive skill set that he probably didn't show as much because he probably wasn't required at Duke.
Yeah.
So for him to come in, he's an upgrade on Dwight Powell. He's an upgrade on JaVale McGee, an aging JaVale McGee, that is. So to have him in there playing that high pick and roll with, or pick and pop with Luka, immediately then puts less pressure on Luka Doncic to have to be like as good of a defender as everyone expects him to be. Obviously, you want him to make that jump as a defender to be...
He's never going to be like a great...
That's what I'm saying. But like even if he gets to above average, it's still those shortcomings will be diminished a little bit by Dereck Lively's presence at the rim. And I think he's one of those guys. They wouldn't trade for this particular situation if they didn't feel highly of him. So I really like this pick, and I think when you couple that with the number 22 pick, Olivier-Maxence, sorry, I forgot the name. It's a long name. Number 22 pick was, where is it here? It's somewhere. Olivier-Maxence Prosper. So that's his name. So he's from Marquette. So he's a defensive presence, again, very grit and grind kind of player, similar to the mold of PJ Tucker. So when you look at the Dallas Mavericks draft, they added two guys in this draft who have defensive mindsets, elite defensive players. That again is something that you needed, and that the Mavericks lost when they traded for Kyrie Irving. So I'm a big fan of both these picks, and because you don't really need guys to come in and take a lot of the scoring load, because Kyrie and Luka are going to do that. The more shots you take away from them, the more unhappy they become.
Yeah.
You just need good role players. Again, like we discussed in the earlier videos.
Not in free agency. Like, I reckon, they're doing all they can, like, to get these guys in. Obviously, if they're free agents, they're worth big money.
Yeah.
If you draft them and you, like, let them just have roles, maybe they could go far in the playoffs.
Especially with now the CBA coming in and obviously not being able to sign these guys on mid-level exceptions and, not being able to go over the luxury tax, all those implications that come into play. The draft is so much more important than it's ever been. Yeah. And so that's why draft capital is essential. So if you have draft picks, you make the right picks. Again, you don't have to pay these guys a big money until their rookie contracts are done. Yeah. And again, that allows you to then free up space to be able to sign specific players when need be. So I think it's the right move from the Dallas Mavericks standpoint, and I think maybe this means Kyrie stays now. I don't know. They maybe need to add another guy in free agency. I still think they're lacking that third option, like the big three is needed in the NBA nowadays, as you can see. But we'll just have to wait and see. But I think that in terms of a positive side of it, it's definitely moving.
Taking steps in the right
correct.
direction.
It's trending the right way. So,
yeah.
What do you make of it?
Dereck Lively, I know who he is, but I need to see more. Like, I didn't really watch too much college basketball, but at the same time, I understand, to me, what it seems like is he's that DeAndre Jordan type of player. And that's someone Mark Cuban's obviously been, like, he was fishing him. He really wanted him at the Dallas Mavericks, so this has been a kind of bit of a trend. I know Dirk's no longer there, but hey, Mark Cuban, you finally got DJ, but you just drafted him, and maybe, it'll be handy for Luka in the pick and roll.
I think he's more skilled than DJ. That's the only. I think.
Shoot jump shots.
Yeah, correct.
Or he not college, but he's shown at the combine or something.
The Clutch Pro Day, he shot like 15 threes in a row and made all of them. So from the corner, so he's got that ability as well from the mid range to pick and pop. And I think
I feel like you can't always show off your skill set in college, especially because college is more like role based, and then NBA gets a bit more free. So that is a very good point.
So we'll just have to see how things go for the Mavs. I'm hoping they can work it out, and hopefully Kyrie and Luka's relationship can stay steady and they can make that charge back to the playoffs where they belong, because it's not playoffs basketball without the Dallas Mavericks, especially with a talent like Luka Doncic. We've seen what he's done on a playoff setting. So for him to not be there this past year was a bit of a travesty.